Well, the government shutdown leaving a lot of people confused, and social media is not helping. Right now, we are clearing it all up. We have Kayin Jones from Benedict College breaking down what's really happening, who's feeling that impact, and who's not getting paid during this shutdown. Mr. Jones, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you because we've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media. What have you been seeing, especially when it comes to the government shutdown? A lot of people are having questions, but what have you been seeing?
For the most part, there's a lot of misinformation. There are a lot of things circulating on the internet, and oftentimes you get buried in what you're looking for.
Right.
So if you're looking for a problem, you're most likely going to find it.
Yeah, buried in that algorithm.
In your algorithm.
Right.
Definitely.
So let's go ahead and talk about the government shutdown. Let's break it down for us. A lot of people are talking about who's getting paid, who's not getting paid. So help break that down for us.
So I wanted to make sure I brought my notes.
Yes.
So that I could make sure that I give good information. But oddly enough, members of Congress and the president are getting paid during the government shutdown. There are some federal employees who are not funded through appropriations, but through user fees and other mandatory spending, so they will continue to get paid, but that's a very small number.
Okay.
Then you still have those mandatory programs, Medicare, Social Security, that will continue to be funded.
Okay.
And their staff.
So that staff will be getting funded.
Yeah, but at a limited.
I was going to say, so now at that point, it's a limited number of people who are working those tasks?
Yeah, a limited number of people are working those tasks. Some of them are losing their jobs or either being furloughed at the end of the day. And then when you look at the Government Employees Fair Treatment Act of 2019, they're supposed to get paid when the government does open back up. Okay. But we've seen the current administration is asking some questions, so we'll have to see what happens there.
Yeah, let's talk about short-term and long-term. Right now, what are we seeing and what could we be seeing in the long run?
In the longer run, I think it will impact all of our lives with the government shutdown. You look at SNAP. Right now, our government and our elected officials are addressing the issue, but it is going to be on the onus of the states at this point, with the government pulling back. So you'll have a lot of food insecurities that we will see moving forward across the board. So it's important that both sides come together and address the issues.
Are we going to be seeing any longer effects? So it's not like, oh, the government's back open. We could be seeing some possible long-term effects in the future, or will everything kind of go back to normal within a couple of weeks?
During these shutdowns, you do see some immediate impacts. Over the longer term, it will smooth itself out, but it is determined by the length of the shutdown. So if you have folks without pay for several months, there will be some longer term, you start looking at rent and mortgage, and those impacts there. So there will be some longer term impacts.
And as we wrap up this chat, biggest takeaway that you think our viewers should know about this government shutdown, what should we immediately just kind of clear up?
For me, I always tell people as I get asked this question, and it's a Democrat-Republican thing, as they look to solve the issues, Democrats generally will feed 100 people for fear that one goes hungry. On the other hand, Republicans will not feed 100 people for fear that one of them does not need the food. So if we think about it in that type of dynamic, how do we get them to just sit down and talk and make sure everyone eats?
As we kind of wrap this all up and going into, of course, Election Day with the next week. Mr. Jones, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.